Hi, I'm Jeff Morrow, and I want to welcome you to Healthy Marriage Tips, where today we're going to be talking about the blaming brain. You know, talked about blame the past few days, and it's an important topic. And today we're going to be talking about how the brain of a blamer works and what's going on. Now, in one of the psychological theories that explains behavior, known as rational emotive therapy, takes a look at blame. And in fact, they see blame at the core of most emotional disturbances. Now, think about that for a moment. If blame is at the core of most emotional disturbances, a lot of the problems that couples have and individuals have, I won't say all of them, but many of them involve blame to some degree. Now, I talked about some of the problems with blame yesterday, and I'm going to be talking about some other problems today. And the one I'm talking about is the thinking that goes on. Because when you go around blaming other people all the time, for whatever reason, you assume the role of being the agent of condemnation. You feel like you're the one that should be speaking out and letting the person have it. In modern society, they emphasize a lot of this. They talk about the importance of venting and how important it is to make some noise. My contention is, what if they're wrong? Totally wrong. Because, you've got to consider, if venting is your way of doing things, why do you vent? What is really going on? Isn't it typically, that you want to make them feel as lousy as you do, or that you want to protect your own fragile self-esteem? And most of the time when people do engage in blaming, they're not doing so out of a very loving attitude. It's usually, I'll tell them what, how I'm feeling. I'll let them know. Another important question, besides considering what your reason for doing it is who's the most appropriate person to go ahead and tell the individual. This is one of the things that, like for instance, in doing interventions with alcoholics or addicts of any sort, you learn very quickly it's important that the right person does the talking and does the intervention. And I think that this is where modern society messes up. Everybody's going around venting and making noise, and they're not the most appropriate person to do it, and they're not doing it with the right attitude. They're doing it with the attitude of, I'm right, you're wrong, and they have this inner sense of right and wrong, and they're out there to restore that sense of balance between right and wrong, and all failure must be punished. There's no room for love there. There's no room for compassion. There's no room for affirmation. Some of the biggest people going out there doing the venting are saying that they want love, affirmation, and they want to be dealt with compassionately, but that's not what they're doing. Now, as a spouse, you don't want to find yourself guilty. So instead, try taking an approach where you do show love, exercise affirmation, and you correct them compassionately. I know that that's not your usual way of doing it. Try it and see. I think you'll be surprised at the outcome. Sorry about the interruptions here while I've been doing this on the phone. Someone has been texting me the whole time, which they shouldn't be doing, but they did. So until next time, this is Jeff Murrah wishing you best regards. If you have questions, concerns, feel free to leave them below and I'll be glad to get back. Goodbye.